Right now, this world needs this movie.
Thank you so much for talking to us today.
You're welcome, Kenzie. It's good to be here.
I loved this movie.
All right.
It was so hilarious. You guys are definitely on the naughty list this year. I hope you're mentally prepared. I don't know what Santa Claus is bringing to you. This is actually
coal.
Exactly. This is actually based slightly, a little loosely on real events. Can you both explain that to me?
Well, you're right. It is loosely based. I will say there's never been any pina coladas at the actual buddy games. There's never been a Komodo dragon at the buddy games, or laxatives. But the spirit of the movie is what this is in real life. I mean, I've had the same group of guys get together now for about 20 years. We get together third weekend of August and have the buddy games, and that's where the idea came from. And I wanted it to be something that would push those boundaries. I wanted it to have a sense of, oh my God, I can't believe I just saw that. And I also wanted the movie to have a real underlying theme of friendship and the value that those friendships carry as you get older. And that's really what we set out to do. And I think we did it.
I don't do anything like buddy games, but we do, I get together with my boys, we play some golf, and, it's much more tame. Josh, one of these days I'm going to hang out with Josh and his guys. I got to meet them. They've invited me to do the buddy games, the real buddy games. And I'm going to try that one of these days. Hopefully I won't get killed doing it. Because it's a tough racket, this buddy games thing. I mean, we all got beat up pretty good.
I mean, Dan, you took some knocks. And I really appreciated that full circle.
Yeah.
You love these people, no matter what they do to you.
Yeah, and I think what's really cool too is that, like, even after the film was done, as actors, we all wound up having this kinship, this camaraderie, where we had to do some reshoots, and we all wound up in this super hot garage doing some reshoots, and we were catching up with each other and having a grand old time. I would say that we had a summer camp experience shooting this thing, and there's been a really nice reunion when we went up to Mammoth last year to screen it, and had a really great reunion experience. It's I don't know, it just had a really neat camaraderie built around it.
Can you tell me, how did you hear about it? How did you get involved? And was it a no-brainer that this is something you wanted to be involved in?
I heard about it through Josh, who was a friend of mine, and he sent the script. I read it and I laughed so hard. It's very rare that you laugh that hard when you read a script, but it was great. Unfortunately for me, the character of Doc was kind of undeveloped in the first script I saw, but Josh was like, we're going to work on it. We're going to make it better. And he did. And we're going to do some improv on the set, and we'll figure stuff out. And he promised me he would do that. And I said, I want to be part of this movie. Let's do it. And the rest is history. And I think we made a great movie. I think it's hilarious and just what the world needs right now.
You're exactly right. I love
right now. This world needs this movie.
All right. What would the female equivalent of the buddy games be? I mean, are we talking like Hallmark Channel and a bottle of Cooks, or how do you imagine that?
Oh, please. It would be far more filthy. You know it. It would probably take place in Bangkok.
Kenzie, just so you know, we've tested this thing a few times, and it tested higher with women than it did men. So I don't want to hear about your little wine cheese party. You guys are just as naughty as we are.
Sack tapping is the jam. I will say that. Like, I won't even deny it. What do you think the female equivalent of the buddy games would be?
Well, I think that would be interesting. Maybe in the sequel we could do some girls. We get the girls getting involved a little bit too.
I like you're brainstorming. I love that.
Yeah, I like the idea of a sequel for this movie. I think it's that funny. It needs a sequel, and you can see it. Really, they do it every year. So,
what makes the ultimate pina colada between the two of you? Like, what do you think the greatest pina colada is?
You're really asking us that? I like real ingredients. I don't like the stuff that comes from a can.
All right.
Yeah, I think the more bender, the better.
Okay. All right. You went there.
It's a perfect pina colada. It doesn't have anything to do with buddy games. That's for sure. But that scene to me was the funny scene of the movie.
I agree.
You
Okay,
gotta see it to know.
absolutely. What's like the worst pickup line? One of the challenges is a bar scene. The worst pickup line you've ever received or given?
Oh God. I got to go with Nick Swartzen's. I mean, I love your hair. Do you sleep in the woods?
And I'm sure that was improvised, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I could claim that one, but that's all Nick.
That's
So that'd
hilarious.
be all Nick. I know I had some beauties, but they were all sad because Shelley was so pathetic. It was things like, please, I need a win. I need a win more than Italy. Things like that.
Pickup line? I never really used any cheesy
I
pickup
can't
lines.
remember.
but-
Did we see you in the bar say something? I know what you were in.
Yeah, I think I did. I can't remember what it was now, but I may have used a couple bad pickup lines in there.
Did any of that improv actually make it into the film?
Yeah, no, there was a lot of it was improv. I'd say probably maybe about half of it. And yeah, it all made it in there. And that's, we kind of had to develop this guy. So yeah, it worked out great.
Okay, I only have 1 minute left with you, but I have to ask Josh, there's like a scene where you're on a slide and you grab something. How many times did it take you to actually execute that? Because I was like, that's amazing.
That was the one and only time I did it, believe it or not. You know, the story behind that thing is, first of all, the fact that we got that slide built was nothing short of a miracle because we didn't have much of a budget. But the problem with it was you're supposed to go down and then straighten out, then kick up. But this thing kind of went down and boom, you're airlifted. And it was actually pretty dangerous. The stunt guys were like, you shouldn't do this, let us do this. So I was like, well, I have to do it because I got to get that flag. And Dan, being the gamer that he is, insisted to do it as well and ended up practically breaking his leg. We almost had to shut down the production because of it. But no, that was the first time I did it. And that was the only time I did it.
It was great.
Yep, I only did it once as well.
Did you do any of your own stunts? Because some of that stuff was crazy.
I wouldn't really call them stunts, but a lot of wrestling and just just rough stuff. I mean, I slept good at night. I've got all scraped up and beat up. At one stage, I went to Josh. I was like, "Hey, Josh, is my nose okay?" And he's like, not really, bro. I had like a piece of my nose that was hanging off, and he put it back in place, and so we got pretty beat up at times."
I heard that there were a lot of accidents, and I'm so glad everybody's okay. I was wondering if Olivia Munn has a restraining order on anybody in the cast after.
She was great. She's a good friend to all of us, and boy, she was tough too. I mean, everyone got hurt at some stage in this film, it seems. And at one stage, she twisted her ankle as she was doing a karate kick, and she kept doing the kick over and over again. She was such a trooper, and she's tough.
Okay, thanks so much for your time, and I just loved the movie. I thought it was so much fun.
Thank you so much, and check out the Victory the Podcast.
Okay.
Entourage, the Entourage crew, Victory the Podcast with Kevin Connolly and Doug Ellen.
Thank you, Kinsey.
Kinsey.
Bye.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.